In this video, we're going to be replacing the front brake pads on our Ram HD. So this is a 5th gen Ram, but it's going to be pretty much applicable to most of your newer 4th gens and 5th gen HD trucks. What we're doing today is we are going to be changing these pads for power stop dustless pads. I've pretty much put these pads on all my vehicles and it is amazing. These will normally get dusted up like crazy. I just picked up this truck and it is absolutely caked with brake dust. So you guys will end up seeing just how much of a difference it makes. I'm telling you, put these pads on if you're tired of cleaning off that like rusty colored brake dust that just cakes to your nice wheels. This will eliminate that. Yes, there will still be a little bit of dust, but the dust just washes off. It rinses off when you pressure wash it or hose it off, as opposed to traditional brake dust that just cakes everywhere and you're trying to scrub it off every single time. So anyways, let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys how to change just the front pads. In this video, we'll do it. I already did the other side, so I already got all the tools out. It's pretty simple to do. We'll pop the wheel off first, take the caliper off, and I'll show you guys every single step. Also, here is the pads. I've got these pads here. Like I said, I just did the other side. I'm going to show you guys how to do one side, and it's just going to be a mirror image on the other side. So here's the power stop pads. I'll also link these down in the description below for you guys. Like I said, I put these on everything that I own, and they have not let me down. Thousands of miles of towing cross country on my previous vehicle, and we're doing it again here on the 3500. Here's what they look like from the outside on the box. Power stop extreme severe duty truck and tow brake pads. So they're specifically meant for trucks, Z36. They're a carbon fiber ceramic low dust formula. So there you go, let's get them on. Okay, so we just popped the wheel off. Check out all of this brake dust, and especially on the inside of our wheel, all just caked everywhere. So we're gonna have to clean this up. I'm gonna end up cleaning this off while we're in here, and then it'll make it a lot nicer to work on. Okay, first things first is we're gonna retract the pistons in the caliper. So at first the shape might look a little bit funny, but it actually does serve a purpose. So if you get in here like that and hook it right on your rotor, it's got the perfect pry angle right there. So you're gonna pry this because it's a 2-piston caliper, so they kind of made it so that you can pry nicely. And then if you flip it like this, so get yourself in there, you might have to rotate the rotor a little bit, and then you're gonna pry the other way to get the other piston. So work this back and forth, retract your piston as much as possible, that way you don't have to press the piston back in once you put the new pads in. All right, so once you've retracted the piston, you'll be able to see your caliper has a bunch of play in it. That will compensate for the new thickness of the pads. So we're gonna go ahead and zip these 2 bolts off. So these are 16 millimeters, one there, one there. We'll zip those off, and then we can pull the caliper off. Okay, so we're gonna take these 2 bolts out, hold your caliper, and we're gonna take it, I usually rest it on the top of the knuckle here. However you guys wanna rest it safely out of the way. The other thing you can do too, just to be safe, is your ABS wire. Unclip it from your brake line, just in case something slides. You don't wanna put tension on this. So anyways, that's that. And now we can go ahead and pop our pads out. You don't have to take off the actual bracket. You can pop these out like that. Same thing with this side. Pop your pad out and you're ready to go. Let me show you guys something with the clips that come with the power stop pads. The pads themselves are amazing, but let me show you what I found, at least with my clips. So I would maybe suggest reusing your old clips, or maybe purchasing clips separately that are a little bit better. Okay, so on this side, these are the clips that came with the pads. Do not use these. They end up not sitting flush right there, and it'll hang up the pads. You can see how much resistance this pad has. I reused my old clips on this side, and look at how easy this pad installs. So if yours is getting super bound up right there and there, it's because that metal, little cheap metal tab doesn't fit nicely around that. So I would maybe reuse yours if you want to modify these, but honestly, if you clean up your original ones, there's really no reason why you can't just use these old retainers. So just a little tip there, and let's get back to the same side. That's just straight up water, and it's all rinsing out of there. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then we'll get back to installing new pads. Okay, so cleaned everything off. Make sure that your clips are nice and clean too, whether you reuse clips, put new clips, use the new clips. however you want to do that, but as long as they're clean. And then what we're gonna do now is take out our slide pins. So you're gonna pop your slide pin out, and then we'll clean off the old grease, and then we'll put the new grease that's supplied in the kit. All right, so we just put on the new grease on our slide pins, slide these guys back in, do the same with the upper. All right, so slide pins are all greased up and they are nice and free. Some people will argue about using some grease here on the pads. I don't think it's the greatest idea. I'd rather keep them clean and dry rather than having brake dust and whatnot cake to these and just make it all get a little bit hung up. So anyways, personal preference, what you want to do there. Definitely don't use anti-seize. I've seen people do that. That's a terrible idea too. So get your pads in here. You kind of have to finagle them a little bit, but you can get them in like that without taking the bracket off. Same thing here, pretty self-explanatory. Get your tabs lined up. There we go. So I'll show you guys that. So you can get them in. This one, kind of just put it in on an angle like that. Put one side in first, and you can get both of them in right like that. Now we can swing our caliper back on. You might have to press your slide pins in as you hang the caliper, because these have a tendency to want to pop back out, so they might kind of get in your way when you're trying to get the caliper down. But let's go ahead and get the caliper home. Okay, so like I mentioned, you're gonna have to press your slide pins in to get your caliper over top. Take your bolt. I like to start with the top one so you can kind of hang it. Get a couple threads going. Same thing with the bottom. Get a couple threads going, and then we'll tighten this down. Also, don't forget to put your ABS wire back in there if you did decide to take it out, and double check all your hardware is tight. We can put the wheel back on and we're done. All right guys, so that's pretty much all there is to it. I still have to clean the old brake dust off my wheels. This truck is new to me, but this heavy deposited like red brake dust where it gets caked, you will not have that anymore. So I haven't even cleaned my truck at all, so it's still dirty. But you can see there's none of that nasty red deposit of brake dust. It's a little bit dusty, but I mean, my truck is actually dirty. I haven't cleaned it in probably a week. It's gonna take a little while to scrub off the rest of this orange brake dust, but I promise you guys, that is gonna be a thing of the past for you guys. If you guys found this helpful or informative, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also check out the other videos on the channel. We got a lot on 5th gen trucks and also 1500 trucks also. 4th gens, 5th gens, we've got it all. We just finished taking this truck from tradesman to a full limited, so I'm gonna be showing you guys on this channel how exactly to do that. I already got some videos underway. So also check out shopboosted.com. I got lots of products and parts for you guys over there. So check it out, get yourself some merch, support your boy. We'll catch you guys in the next video.